So it's Kara again with Michaela, and today we are chatting about journaling and why we love it and how it's helpful. So we're going to kind of do this like an interview type format. So I'll interview her, and then she'll interview me, and then if you have questions for us, you can drop them in the comments too, and it's just going to be lots of fun. So first question for Michaela, how long have you been journaling?
So I've been journaling since I was at least 9, because we have journals like way back. But I would say I haven't been journaling for prayer until probably around 2015, around my high school graduation.
Okay, so you journal for prayer. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I really, I like to read different books or scriptures, but I also like to put my own thoughts down about like what I'm reading. And then also, if there's like a quote that sticks out to me, I want to like keep it somewhere. And so like keeping it in a journal, for example, is a really good place to have it, so I can look back on it later and how it like applied to me at that time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so kind of along the lines of that, like how has that been helpful for you? Like, have you been able to like track anything like in your past to like look back on things or like?
Yeah, definitely. So like, for example, this journal, I think I started, in 2015, in December in 2015, and I just finished it this past December.
Wow.
And over the span of those like 2 years, I definitely like started in a really low place. And so the journal kind of starts out a little bit depressing, but as it goes on, I can see like looking back in the pages, just like where God's mercy was and through the different stories that I wrote down from things that had happened, people that I'd met, things that I'd done. And also the specific scripture or books that I was reading and how they applied to what was going on in my life at that point. So, yeah.
So, great. Yeah. What type of journal do you like to use? Like, I noticed how this is a bound book. Do you prefer that sort of journal?
I really like the book style just because I'm like, this is my life, you know? It's like a book, you know? And I think it's nice when I can get one that has really a lot of pages so I can keep going and put lots of things in there. But I also like to stick things in my journal that are really important to me. For example, pictures and special notes from people that I really care about. Sometimes I'll put songs or even like I have rose petals in there, like things that really mean a lot to me, special notes from like parents, things that I want to look back on later that really have touched my life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely prefer the ring bound, I think, personally, because I like how I can keep a pen in there. I keep a pen in here, like there. I don't know if you can see, but there's like, I keep this pen in the binding, so I never have to hunt for a pen, because that would always be a problem when I used like composition books. So I like how I could like put the book like this and just like write, and then like flip the page and write, and I don't have to have it like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I haven't really tried it recently though.
Yeah.
So I'm not the type.
So what kind of journaling do you do? Do you use it for prayer and stuff too? Or?
I do sometimes. I have a journal that's different than this one that I use more specifically for prayers, like periodically back and forth. I did it more consistently like last spring, and I recently looked back at those, and that was really interesting to see like different prayer requests I had that I was like praying about. And then like, for example, I was just starting like training for a mission trip I was about to go on, and I was able to see the prayers I had about like, God, please prepare our team and put the right people you want to be on my team, on our team, for this mission trip. And then looking back at that was really cool to be like, whoa, he really did. Our team last year was awesome. Like, that's so cool, like seeing the answered prayers through journaling. And so I think that's something really beneficial about journaling too. But in this journal, I mainly just like write down, like the highs and lows of like life that I'm going through. This one I started on July 31st of this year, and it's almost done. Like, I have just like 5 more pages or so left. And so last semester I was student teaching, and so this journal is mainly just filled up with like the struggles of student teaching and like all the hardness that was happening there, and like a lot of ventingness and stuff about like things that were happening. So last semester was really hard, but then in that too I also have written down like the good things that were happening, so when I go back through I can see like this was a really hard time in my life, but oh, here's like a happy day that happened, or this kid said a funny thing at school. That's great. Like memories, like I like it for like memory keeping. And so kind of like you, I have like I put cards in there, like I tape in envelopes and things. Like my roommate would leave me like really sweet notes, and so I like put those in here, like just tape them in. And I have pictures periodically, sometimes like a ticket for something I went to. So just kind of like to record memories with my journals is what I like using it for. Something really cool that we just discovered before we went live is that so November 8th, we both deleted Instagram from our phones, and I've talked about that here on a Facebook Live before if you want to go back. And there was archives in the archives of this Facebook page. I call it archives. Apparently it's not correct.
Chives are a food.
But if you want to go back and find that video, I talk about deleting Instagram there, and I also have several blog posts about it. But Michaela also deleted her Instagram. But when we were like flipping through our journals before we went live, we saw that we both journaled on that day. So like mine says, I broke up with Instagram. And then I have like this list of 12 things that I eventually like consolidated into a blog post. But all the reasons why I deleted Instagram is right there. And then you have it.
I like the way you do like the lists and how it's numbered, because I don't always do that. Sometimes I just do it and just write and
like paragraphs.
Out. Yeah, because definitely for mine it came out like that. I was like, suffice it to say, I've come face to face with how I waste time. So yeah, a little more storytelling I think on my side, but I like the lists too.
But it was just like a brain dump, kind of like what you did, but I just like list and just like let me see how much I could do.
I like
So
anyway, y'all should journal, because
you should.
Journaling is really helpful for your prayer
I like how you do the hand lettering a little bit in there too.
Yeah, I like the calligraphy sort of thing.
Wait, that's how we journal. Let us know if you journal. Leave us a comment. We for sure want to like see how you're journaling. And this is the end of the first week of the Broken Yet Beloved series, and so I'll be back Monday with week 2. Super excited about that. Thank you, Michaela, for being with us the last 2 days. It's been really fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. You're welcome. That's like a great response. Thank you. Yep. Anyway, bye.